All right. Good morning, everyone. Are you seeing the screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. Last week we shared about honey, and when we share about burn, right? And one of the treatment for burns at home remedy was honey. So I want to continue with this on the honey line, right? So today I'm going to talk a little bit about honey and cinnamon. Now, as we know, there's a time coming when we won't be able to buy ourselves. And also, the health message is the right arm of the gospel. This is what we're going to be using to get into people's home, to share with them about the love of Jesus. People are sick all around us, but we haven't seen anything yet. People are going to get worse, right? So we need to know first what the things we need to have in our home, in our homes to help us when we get in trouble in terms of illnesses and sicknesses, and how to help our neighbors. So I want to talk a little bit today about honey and cinnamon. Before I get into this, I want you all to know I'm not a medical doctor, and the information that you get here today is intended for your general knowledge only, and it's not a substitute for medical advice or treatment for specific medical condition. The information being presented have not been verified or approved by the FDA, so please check with your doctor before implementing any new health recommendation. Now, we found cinnamon can be found in the Bible. Exodus 20 verse 23 talk about cinnamon. Thou shalt also take unto thee 3 principal spices of pure myrrh, 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon. We have Son of Solomon also talking about spikenard and saffron, calamus, and cinnamon. So we see cinnamon being mentioned in the Bible. So there are some benefits of cinnamon. Cinnamon, one, it's rich in antioxidants, right? A major benefit of cinnamon as an antioxidant, this helps to reduce free radical damage and slows down the aging process. We know as one of the things to fight cancer and all of those things, we need antioxidants in our body. We need to get rid of free radicals. And cinnamon helps to do that. Cinnamon also has antimicrobial properties. Because cinnamon has antimicrobial properties, it can be used to optimize oral hygiene. It fights infection. It supports skin health. Let me also say here that whatever we present here on our health nuggets, it's just that, a nugget, a teeny bitty thing to help you to go now and to research to get more information than what's given here. Another benefit of cinnamon is that it relieves inflammation. Now, practically almost all diseases in our bodies caused by inflammation, the arthritis, and even the big C that's going around now. If inflammation is in the body, diseases thrive. So cinnamon relieves inflammation. It also protects heart health. So research has shown that cinnamon may reduce several of the most common risk factors for heart disease, including high cholesterol levels and high triglycerides and high blood pressure. Cinnamon is good to go against that. Cinnamon also stabilizes blood sugar. So those who are diabetic, cinnamon is actually good. It shows that it has anti-diabetic effect, lowers blood sugar level, and improves the sensitivity to hormone insulin. That's why cinnamon is like one of the best foods for diabetic. Cinnamon also support brain function. And as I talk about brain function, this means I really need some more cinnamon because, one gentleman I know, he always says, as you get older, your forgetter keeps working better and better. My forgetter is working pretty good. And we want to slow that down. So cinnamon can help me to support brain function. Honey. Honey can be found in the Bible. Proverbs 24 verse 13 says, my son, eat the honey because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to thy taste. Isaiah 7:15 talk about butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse evil and choose good. Anybody knows who that was talking about? That butter and honey shall he eat? Anybody remember that prophecy in Isaiah who was talking about? Jesus, yes, absolutely Jesus. And Matthew 3 verse 4 says, And the same John had his raiment of camel hair and a leathern girdle about his loin, and his meat was locusts and wild honey. John ate honey. And Psalm 119, verse 103 says, your words are sweeter than honey. So you see, as beneficial as honey is, and as sweet as this is, there is something even sweeter, which is God's word. And that's why we fill upon God's word day by day. So honey, some benefits of honey. Honey helps to fight allergies. It says when we consume honey, especially that is produced locally in our area, it helps to build, because the bees, they go about, they eat the flowers in our area. And a lot of times we are allergic to, like springtime, for those who have the various seasons where they are, a lot of allergies flare up. If we eat the honey that's coming from the bees in our area, it helps to build our resistance and to fight those allergies. Now, honey also has antioxidant property. So a daily dose of honey provides health-promoting antioxidant which block free radicals in our bodies. So now can you see why honey combined with cinnamon can be a wonderful thing? Because we have cinnamon fighting free radicals, and we have honey fighting free radicals. Honey also supports sleep. Honey promotes restorative sleep. It helps to restock the liver's glycogen supply and prevents the brain from searching for fuel, which can keep you up at night. So you have a problem staying asleep? Honey can help. Honey also promotes the release of melatonin in the brain, stimulating the release of tryptophan, the feel-good hormone. Honey also relieves cough. Research suggests that a single dose of honey can reduce mucus secretion and cough. One study found that honey was just as effective as this drug that I can't, dihydrogen, whatever mean, and the dextro, you're gonna have to read this because I can't pronounce it. 2 ingredients that are commonly used in over-the-counter medicine. And I tell you, somebody was asking me yesterday about what I use on my skin and so on. I said, I used to use this and that, but I want to use stuff that I can pronounce. So I go to the natural stuff. So here, honey can replace those names, things that I can't really call right now. And that's why a lot of natural remedies to fight cough and cold, whatever, will include honey, right? Because it does stop cough. And then number 5, honey aids in wound healing. We talked about that last week in terms of burn. Study shows that honey is an antibacterial agent that aids in wound healing. It creates an inhospitable environment for bacteria. So a lot of time you got a little burn, a little cut, a little scrape. If bacteria is allowed to get in that and thrive, it turns into something enormous and awful, right? Honey helps to make the wound or the bruise not a very nice place that bacteria like to thrive. So now we looked at honey and we looked at cinnamon. And we're going to look at them working synergistically together, working together, what happens. So honey and cinnamon both possess powerful antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant properties. And this is why they have been used in ancient medicine to relieve a slew of health conditions. The reason these two are superfood is that such a powerful effect on the body varies and generally centers on their ability to control, and this is why they work together. They control inflammation, which of course causes a ton of diseases. They combat free radicals, and free radicals cause a ton of diseases. And they also boost the immune function. If there's ever a time we need a strong immune system, it is now, right? Now and in the future, because it's gonna get worse. So when used together, cinnamon powder and honey offers a range of health benefits, improving cholesterol and the immune system health. It also aids in weight loss and fighting heart disease. The compound found in both food come together to have the best effect, making them a perfect addition, how you can use, to teas or recipes, or even just adding these to a glass of water. So a combination of honey and cinnamon are known to be extremely beneficial in the treatment of a number of conditions. I'm just going to list just a few conditions that they can help in. Toothache. Did you know, in order to treat a toothache, you should apply a paste, 5 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon on the painful spot 3 times per day. And that can help to relieve the pain at a toothache, right? If you're gonna indigestion, some people have indigestion and they recommend Pepto-Bismol and they recommend stomach indigestion is one of the most frequently bought products over the counter. If you do have a bottle of Pepto-Bismol or one of those other things for upset stomach in your cabinet, I'd like you to look it up online and you will see the tons of negative side effects that can happen when you use these over-the-counter drugs. What will you get have you ever heard of anybody overdosing on cinnamon? I mean, on honey? I don't think so, right? So this honey and cinnamon combination is a wonderful thing that you can have without any of the negative side effect where that over-the-counter drug thing is caused. So half a teaspoon of cinnamon powder with 2 tablespoons of honey. You take that before meals in order to relieve the acidity in your stomach, and it helps with the digestion of heavy food. Arthritis. In case of arthritis, you consume a cup of hot water with 2 tablespoons of honey and a teaspoon of cinnamon powder. And research shows that they followed some patients with it, the Copenhagen University, and found that it really does help. Some other helpful use of cinnamon and honey together is, of course, we talked about it a little bit already. It combats allergies. It improves diabetic symptoms. It fights acne and skin infection. You can apply, I think it was last week or probably in our was it Sabbath or Wednesday night, somebody was saying, oh, my face is shiny because I have honey on it. So it does help fight acne and skin infection. It also relieves the common cold and other respiratory issues. It also fights urinary tract infection, UTIs, honey and cinnamon combination. It soothes digestive issues, as we've talked about before, and it boosts energy, and it treats gingivitis. So not only does it help you with toothaches, but it also treats gingivitis. Now, how to use it? One of the easiest ways to use honey and cinnamon to boost your health is to combine a half a teaspoon of powdered cinnamon with a teaspoon of organic raw honey. And as I talk about organic raw honey, we have to be careful with the honey these days. I've looked at bottle of honey, and one of the first ingredients is sugar. So they want the product to stretch. So they're adding all kind of stuff in it. So if we can get the natural, pure organic honey, that is best. And you can do this and drink it. Then this secret to detox, you can also make cinnamon and honey along with other detoxifying ingredients like apple cider vinegar, cayenne pepper, and lemon juice. Can do a little detox going on. A lot of times, a lot of diseases caused because we're kind of backed up inside. This can help to detox us. And of course, there are many other ways to use cinnamon and honey in your cooking. Add it to your diet. They can be added to your smoothies. They can be used to make herbal teas. It can be added to your homemade baked good, right? So you can also apply cinnamon powder, 1 or 2 drops of cinnamon oil, and honey to your skin to fight acne and skin issue. Simply create a paste by combining 2 of the ingredients and apply it to the area of concern before bed so that it can sit for several hours. Okay. However, before using honey and cinnamon, typically do a patch test to make sure your skin won't have any adverse reaction. No matter, there's some people's skin that are more sensitive than others. As we start eating healthier and detoxifying, we'll find some of those allergic quick responses go away. But just to make sure, you might want to do a patch test that you are not really allergic to it. So cinnamon and honey are safe for internal and topical use, but like other foods, people may react adversely to it. If you experience a skin irritation or stomach pain or sweating or anything like that, then you stop using it. But generally, for the most part, most people can tolerate it. You may want to do a little test before. If you use cinnamon essential oil, remember to put a small amount. The essential oils are usually very concentrated, and a little go a long way. Again, perform a little patch test on that. Children under 12 months of age should never consume honey. Because honey has a potential source of botulism spore type of bacteria that can be toxic to babies. So we don't want to give babies honey as well. And if you plan to use honey and cinnamon as a part of your daily health regime, and you already take medication, you might want to talk to your doctor about the possible interactive effect. As you know, I mentioned earlier, honey and cinnamon combination can help with lower diabetes. So if you're on diabetic medication and you're taking honey and cinnamon, and then your blood sugar is dropping, and then you're taking the medicine from the doctor to drop the diabetic thing, that can cause an issue. So you might want to talk to your doctor, let them know you're going to be, trying some natural things along with it. And then you will know they might decide to start lowering the dose of the actual medicine that is prescribed. So conclusion, honey and cinnamon are two superfoods that can help to boost immunity, fight allergies and diabetes, promote detoxification, and fight UTIs. They're also beneficial for your skin, cardiovascular, cognitive health, and dental health. It's easy to add cinnamon and honey to your health regime. You can combine half a teaspoon of powdered cinnamon with 1 teaspoon of honey and a cup of water. And you can also add cinnamon and honey to your smoothies, teas, breakfast bowl, and your baked goods. Just wanted to know that I did get a lot of the information I presented here. I got it from drax.com. Some of the stuff I've researched other places that I'm known personally well, but I want to give credit to the website that I did use to get this done. So Exodus 3 verse 8 says, I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptian, to bring them up out of that land unto a good land, a large, and unto a land flowing with milk and honey. So that was when God was going to deliver the literal Israel from the bondage of Egyptian. But has Christ come down? He has come down already. The first time what? For to deliver us, right? God sent his son to come to live, to die, to deliver us from the bondage of Egypt, from sin, to take us to a goodly land flowing with milk and honey. Just like Abraham said in Hebrews 11 verse 10, it says, for he looked for a city which has foundation, whose builder and maker is God. And today we are looking for that city. We're looking for that land. And as we did in Sabbath school, where we see the kingdoms of this earth, they are soon be wiped away because we are looking for that city. May God keep us faithful so that we will be among the faithful who is delivered to that land, which indeed is flowing with milk and honey.